Hey up, and welcome to Callums Corner. Welcome back to India. Welcome back to what hopefully is probably going to be my favourite ever video. Yeah, I am buzzing. Right, I am in Ranthambore National Park in India. Now, I'm aware that's probably not even close to how you pronounce it, but basically it is a great big national park where apparently there's like jungle and stuff, and there are loads of bloody tigers, and not just pictures. Yeah. Right, it is, it's before the crack of dawn, it's before sunrise, because apparently that is when tigers are most active, when the sun rises. So yeah, I need to get myself over to the reception to get in the jeep and stuff, so we're out there for sunrise. Right, let's do this. Right, we're going to be going very shortly, just waiting for another member of my group. Having a quick cup of coffee while I'm here. Well, I describe it as a cup, but it seems to be quite different in India. It's more like a thimbleful that you seem to get. Now, I don't know what that's all about, whether they're just really ungreedy, they only need a tiny bit of liquid, but when I have a cup of tea or coffee, I do like to have more than a couple of sips. It's probably been one of the few things that I feel like they need to improve. Get yourself some bigger cups, get mugs, you know, treat yourselves. You're worth it. Have a whole mug of tea, have a whole mug of coffee. Don't deny yourselves that joy. Anyway, first world problems, right? Actually, am I in the first world? I don't even know if that phrase is applicable anymore. It's probably offensive as well, so I'll just shut up about it. But anyway, yeah, I'm finishing my cup of coffee. Very shortly, I'm going on safari. It was with high excitement and expectations that I set out, but unfortunately this moment where India revealed her lovely lady lumps to me in the hazy morning sunshine turned out to be the high point of the whole trip, as the safari jeep that I was expecting turned out to be a bus that proceeded to stop at multiple resorts to pick loads of people up. By the time we got to our allotted jungle area, it seemed more like a coach day trip to Skeggy than a safari. Anyway, as soon as we got there and I had my first wildlife experience, I got an idea of what was to come.
Three jackal.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes, jackal very rare sighting.
Really?
Yeah.
My heckles were immediately raised when I heard this. A jackal sighting, incredibly rare. Jackals are about as rare as venereal disease in a Manchester nightclub. My suspicions were confirmed when we became involved in a safari bus traffic jam. We were never going to spot a tiger with this many people round, and our expectations were being set low. Still, at this point I was in a very positive mind frame due to the excellence of the holiday. Now all my former bitterness and resentment has returned, so I can be honest with myself. It was incredibly disappointing. I did see a stork, a deer, more deer, a bigger deer, and then I had this quiet moment at the watering hole, which was quite nice, I guess. Still, it's not all doom and gloom. Just before we left, we were lucky enough to have another incredibly rare jackal sighting. Right, I am back at the hotel now, post-safari. No tigers, which is, it's a bit gutting, but I guess it's to be expected. Tigers are elusive creatures. You can't guarantee you're going to see them. So I'm not going to let it get me down, the fact that I didn't see a tiger, but it's slightly disappointing, although it was still an incredible experience, being in that environment, seeing those sights that I've only seen on TV, watering holes and stuff. I never thought I'd see them in real life, so it was incredible. The safari itself was different to how I thought. I thought it would be like one of those little jeeps with just like 4 of you in there, but it was almost like not a bus, but there was like 20, 25 people on there. It's quite a big vehicle, really crowded. And it was so busy at the safari. Like, there were other buses, there were traffic jams at them. I don't think you got much chance of seeing a tiger if you got traffic jams of tourists, have you? Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed a little bit surprising to me. I did get a little bit triggered, actually. So, because it was a bigger vehicle, we were picking people up from other resorts on the way. Everyone is there waiting on time. They've got themselves out of bed, they've got themselves ready. Apart from the very last family at this really posh resort, his Indian family, 25 minutes we sat on the bus and waited for them. The bloody safari guide had to go bang on their door in the end and get them out there. They come out, no acknowledgement of it, no word of apology to the 19, odd people that you've just made sit there and wait and miss part of their safari. No, they got on, and the dad of the family starts kicking off because he can't sit all together where he wants. You got there dead last, mate. You don't get your choice of seats if you don't get out of bed. Anyway, he just carried on kicking off until some poor Jewish bloke moved, like they haven't been through enough at the moment. Have a bit of sensitivity. I didn't like him. I gave him the mullet and ice every time he looked over my way, just to let him know, you've been a twat, mate. Anyway, because of their bloody lateness, we're now back here really, really late. We're meant to be able to go for brunch. I've got no idea if they're still serving it. You know, it's beyond the time that they were meant to. So I'm going to go check that out. They better be, or I'm going to kick right off. Well, I won't kick right off, actually, because it's not their fault and they've been really nice. But I guess I'll order lunch by room service, but I won't be happy about it. Right, luckily they were serving breakfast still, so I've managed to have a good feed up. Got a rare afternoon of leisure now. After being up at the crack of dawn for the last couple of days, being on buses, trains, 15-hour days, it's much needed. So I'm going to change out of my slightly warmer clothes, because it was cold on the way there this morning. They say you should wear warm stuff, and you do need to, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning up in the jungle areas. It does get brisk, and now I'm quite hot and sweaty, so I'm going to change out of these, get my swimming trunks on, pop a t-shirt on, and I'm going to go and kick back by the pool. It looks like an amazing pool. So yeah, let's do this. Let's go and have swim number 2 in India. Right, I'm down by the swimming pool now. I will turn it round. I will show you everything in a minute. I just thought you might want to see this. So unfortunately, I smashed my sunglasses on the first day here, put them in my bag, put too much in there, smashed. I've had to do without sunglasses for the last few days, but I did manage to find a pair in the gift shop at the resort. Now, they had 4 pairs, and unfortunately they were all ladies, made for women, and obviously all of them are way too big for my head, but this was the best of a bad bunch. I look slightly like a tic-tacular version of Dame Edna Etheridge. I don't know if any of you even know who she is. Might be before your time, but it's kind of what I look like. Anyway, let's not worry about it. Let's get the GoPro out, let's show you the pool, and let's have our second swim in India. Okay, swim number 2 in India coming up. So excited, it looks amazing. Hopefully it's a bit warmer than that rooftop one. That was a real shock getting in. Oh, no, okay, it's definitely not warmer. Jesus Christ, colder if anything. Okay, that's going to be brisk, isn't it? In the summertime, when the weather is hot, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. And when the weather's fine, you got swimming on your mind. Have a drink, have a dive, go out and see what you can find. Here, look at this just outside my room. You see that? Little birds? But they're hopping. You little twat, you've got wings. Why are you hopping when you've got wings? After the early morning disappointment of the tiger safari, an afternoon of relaxation and frolicking in the pool had been just the ticket. And I ended my day with a moment's quiet contemplation watching a chipmunk hang upside down in the tree while the sun began to set. Right, I'm heading off to catch the bus again and get on the coach. Sad to be leaving this place. It's been absolutely awesome. The other thing I'm finding a little bit, not testing, but it's something that I've not come across before, is this passport paranoia that I'm getting. Because when I've been on holiday previously, I get where I'm going and, you know, stick the passport in my room safe and then forget about it till I go. But here, you got to take it with you everywhere you go. You know, each time you move on, every day you've got to go in your backpack and it. Yeah, I just get that paranoia every time I check out. Have I got my passport? Have I left anything? Yeah, it's another challenge, but definitely one that I'm up to. Goodbye, lovely hotel. Goodbye. Now, this is something you don't see beside the road in England much, is it? Hey up, Mr. Cow. And then beyond the cow, got a bloody camel. He's just sitting there. That is amazing. I feel like he's looking at me. Hey up, mate. You alright?
Our journey to Jaipur came to a glorious conclusion with another passage through a tunnel. Now, I've become a firmer believer that these tunnels do symbolise a newborn baby being born. It's like you're going through a lady's love passage and suddenly, boom, you're out in the open in this whole new world. And this was Jaipur, known as the Pink City, which gives further credence to my vaginal theories. Anyway, we arrived and we were in a massive rush. We chucked our stuff in our hotel and grabbed some food, and then we went out to a local shopping market, I guess you call it, for the authentic Indian shopping experience, and it was absolutely horrific. I've never experienced anything like it. Now, I do not like shopping at the best of times. Back in England, back home, I'm like an SAS soldier. I get in, get the job done, and I get out. Don't even need to try stuff on. I know my size. Give it to me, let me get on my bloody way. But here, that was not an option. People were touching me. People were begging me. One guy even tried to flatter me by saying I was so handsome he'd turn homosexual for me. If you've reached that level of delusion to try and sell stuff, you are off the bloody hook. Anyway, I arrived with one simple mission: grab myself an authentic Indian outfit, which I achieved in very quick time, and I will model for you in my next video, which will be my final Indian vlog. We'll have a little fashion show. But once I'd achieved this, just trying to walk back to meet other people became a living nightmare. One guy in a shoe shop, he just pulled me in there, he would not let me go. I was willing to buy one single pair of shoes, but he was trying to sell me 4 at once. My English awkwardness made me make up a little story about my debit card not working and pretend to go back to the tour boss to grab something. It was absolutely horrific. Even the journey back, people were touching me left, right and centre. I hated every moment of it.
Oh my god, this is absolutely mental, chicken oriental. Busier street. The shoes. Wow. No, thank you.
Namaste up. Right, I am back in my room now, and I'm feeling a bit reflective, to be honest with you, because I really did not enjoy this evening. Not only did I fail my challenge that I set myself of only spending £30 and getting a whole outfit, it was just a really horrible, nasty experience. Like, for the first 10 minutes or so, it was like, well, okay, this is hectic, this is different and stuff, but after that, I just wanted to swat them away like flies. They were like flies, and I was like the shit, and I'm not shit. Sorry, I don't mean to swear, but it was just horrible, you know what I mean? No means no. Shouldn't have to tell someone no for literally 10-15 minutes and them still be following me right back to the boss, banging on the window. Got magnets, pop it. Mop it, more like it. It just did my head in. I don't like not being listened to. It was horrible. It was awful. I don't even know how much I captured on bloody camera. I kept trying to start my GoPro again, but it ran out of bloody battery really early, so I was literally just being accosted for the fun of it. It was awful. I really didn't like it. It's the first time that I've not enjoyed this trip. It was repugnant. It was horrible. Honest to God, I know, they need money. Everyone needs money and may well be living in poverty and stuff, but God, no does mean no. And, perseverance is a skill. It is a positive in some situations, but also you've got to realise that sometimes you're not going to get what you want, and if someone's saying no to you, just listen. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a shower.
Namaste up. Yeah, do you like it? It's my authentic Indian outfit, bought at great expense. Well, not so much money-wise, but great emotional expense at an authentic Indian market. Gonna be quick because it's absolutely brassic at the moment. So cold, and I do feel like my nipples could cut through sheet metal right now. I just wanted to say, this is the end of the video. This is my authentic Indian outfit. We've only got one more India vlog left, but it's probably from my favourite experience there. My last couple of days were immense, and there's some proper good fought action. Right, that is where we will leave this video. If you enjoyed it,
please do leave a like. If you didn't, please do leave a dislike. And thank you very, very much if you made it this far.